What's going on, guys? So in today's video, what I wanted to do is answer the question that I get probably the most from the parents of the kids that I train, and that is, what are some exercises my kid can do at home? Now, for the most part, these exercises are going to be geared towards the younger kids that I train, so like 14 and under. But they're going to be really good exercises for anybody to do. Everybody should be able to do them, and they're really good exercises to add into a warm-up. These three exercises that we're going to go over today are full body: shoulders, core, legs. Everything's going to be involved, and we're going to be moving in different directions, which is why I think they're very important for kids to learn how to do. Again, we have a lot of things going on, but also it's going to allow them to explore and move around and not just stay in one spot doing squats, push-ups, and sit-ups, which I still do want them to do. But these are probably going to be three things that might be a little bit out of the box and that most kids might not be thinking of, and I think are really going to be important for them to do. All right, so the first one we're going to do is probably something most kids have done before, actually. That's going to be a bear crawl, but there's one aspect that I do really want to talk about with it for the most part. So what we're going to do is set up. We're going to be on our knees, all right? And then our hands are going to be right under our shoulders. So hands right under our shoulders, knees right under our hips. That's going to be the main thing I want you to think about. And then from here, I'm just going to lift my knees off of the ground, okay? Barely letting my knees come off the ground. What tends to happen a lot of times when kids are doing bear crawls is they'll get more into like a plank position or a push-up position, where they'll be right here. That's not really what I'm looking for. It's going to make it a little tougher when we actually start walking. So I'm going to get back to that position. Again, hands right under my shoulders, knees right under my hips. I'm going to lift up, and then from there I'm just walking forward a couple steps, and then from here I'm going to go backwards. The whole time trying to think about keeping my hips low. I don't want hips getting too high, all right? I want to try my best to keep them low. That's going to be the difficult part. When I keep my hips low, that's when my core is going to be turned on. It tends to happen a little bit more when we're crawling backwards. There is going to be a little bit more coordination in that, which is why I think that is an important part of it, is not just going forward in that crawl, but going backwards, all right? That's your bear crawl. All right, next one we're going to go over is a monkey crawl. So the way we're going to get set up is similar to how a catcher would in baseball, for the most part. So I'm going to be on the balls of my feet in this deep squat position. Heels are off of the ground, okay? So toes and balls of my feet on the ground. From here, I'm going to stick my hands to the outside of my legs, plant them, and then both feet coming off the ground, I'm going to jump to the side until my legs are then on the outside of my hands again. From here, reach out, and I get a little shuffle. Again, making sure both of my feet are coming off the ground. Here, we're going side to side. If you want to do one more, you go two in each direction, all right? So that's something I tell kids all the time, is use the space that you have. If you can go 5 to the right and 5 to the left, do so. If you don't have that much space, you can go 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Don't think too much about it. All I'm really looking for is 1, hands to the outside, 2, both feet come off the ground. If it's a little bit more of a hop, that's okay. That's your monkey crawl. All right, so our third and final exercise we're gonna go over is called the kick through. I also like to call them Dorolks, which is a trainer on Instagram who I found who's known for doing these. It's where I got them from, and he does a ton of them. He's a big fan of them. So I just like to give him a little credit when I do these. So what we're gonna do is get set up back in that bear crawl position. So hands right under my shoulders, knees right under my hips. From here, I'm gonna lift up. I'm taking my left hand and right foot, and I'm gonna lift my left hand. And as I turn, I'm gonna kick my right foot to the side. From there, I'm switching and switching, as so. If I need to, slow it down. Right there, and I'm back. There, take a second. There, and as you start to get a little bit more efficient, just looking to kick to the outside there, okay? This is gonna be a really good movement for kids. There's a lot of coordination going on in this one, a lot of shoulder stability, and a lot of core activation, all right? That's a kick through, give that a shot. So those are 3 great exercises for kids to be doing at home. And I like them for a bunch of different reasons. For starters, they're full body. Each one of those exercises, I've got my shoulders, abs, and legs working. So a lot of bang for our buck there. In addition to that, they're usually pretty fun for kids. Most kids like getting on the ground and moving around. So they usually don't process stuff like that as exercise, which is gonna make them do it a little bit more. And that's gonna be my number one goal, is making sure kids are enjoying their exercise. So if they're having fun doing monkey crawls and bear crawls, then let's hit those all day. Lastly, they're extremely safe. Yes, there are things we want to keep in mind when it comes to our form, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that they're moving. If their butt is up in the air during a bear crawl, they're not gonna hurt themselves, all right? If their monkey crawl looks like a little bit more of an awkward hop, again, they're not gonna hurt themselves. And with the kick through, if it's not too smooth, they're not going to hurt themselves. So let's just let the kids go, let them move, let them explore their movement a little bit, let them kind of figure it out a little bit on their own. That's a very important part of exercise for them, and movement just in general, is starting to figure things out on their own. They're not gonna hurt themselves doing those exercises, so let's get them down and get them hitting those consistently. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around. If you made it this far and liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date anytime I release a video. And as always, please make sure to give me a follow on my other social media accounts where I'm pumping out daily content for you guys. I'll see you next time.